Hey, welcome back to Dad Life Chess. This is Joel. It's time for a training game here on chess.com. So let's go ahead and jump into the 10-minute pool. Happy spring to everyone. It was a beautiful spring day here in California, and kids enjoyed the outdoors. I think it was like high 60s and sunny here, so can't beat that for sure. All right, well, we have a game here against Kraga 2075. And let's go ahead and play our trusty Scandinavian from Croatia. So, good stuff. Knight c3, standard stuff. We're going to play the queen d8 Scandinavian. Alrighty. So this bishop c4 line, this is really popular. Probably one of the best lines against the Scandinavian. I oftentimes play this a6 line. If they castle, I'll probably go ahead and play e6, d4. I play this. Okay, yeah. So this, we get this a little bit here. The idea is if they drop back, I can push c5 and take the queen and try to regain this pawn. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, our opponent's just letting us take this. I'm not too worried about this, so let's go ahead and just take that. If they take here, yeah, if they take here, my idea is here. And I can, if my opponent castles, I'll almost certainly take there. I would have almost expected him to go here and then here. They can be on here and drop back. I see this a lot. Okay, all right. Castle's queenside. Fair enough. I have the two bishops, and my opponent is going to try and dominate this open D file. There's not a lot of squares that his knights can advance to, so I'm not too worried about just playing here. And I'm actually probably not going to castle. My king is centralized. We're in the endgame. I feel like I can play king e7. There's no dark squared bishop, so I'm not really worried about that. I feel like my opponent giving up the dark squared bishop early on, preemptively, without really needing to, might not have been the best choice. So we'll see how this works. Okay, so my opponent is playing on the E file. I have to be careful because I don't want there to be some tactics along the E file. So I think I'm just going to play. Don't want to do that. I think I'm just going to play rook d8, and I don't mind this. Okay, so I will take. Has to take back with the king. All right, and the question I have to ask myself is, are there any threats? So I can go here. I could go here. Takes, no. Let's go here. It's one of those, I can't go there. What am I thinking? Probably be in check if I did that. Okay, so let's see if we can, if we castle. My opponent can go here. That's a pawn. That is a pawn, actually. Can't move off of this file because then I take. That is the pawn. No, they don't have checks. He has checks here. Okay, so let's do this. Let's castle. There's no threat on this file yet. my opponent needs to do something with this knight. Also, check here, back. That might be my opponent's best. This dark square bishop is important. It's kind of keeping everything. Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna have to go there, back. Yeah. I feel like I can go here. And my point being here, 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 here. And then this is also possibly falling. So takes. Interesting. I have this, but I also have this. Okay. So let's give my opponent a check. Let's see here. Which takes. Checks here. Like that might win a pawn. Let's see here. But then it's bishops of opposite. What's my best move? I don't want to do. I don't want to give up my light squared bishop preemptively. See what my opponent does here. Check. Here seems a little bit dangerous. I can kind of drop back, push, and then there's checks. Yeah, I feel like back here. Also options of this. Let's see here. Okay, let's back up. Possibility push. Oh, there's takes. Gotta do something about this annoying rook. But I go here. There's a threat to take with check, and then the rook's hanging. So it might be, I think that actually might be a good plan. King here. Yeah, that's an immediate threat. This rook's kind of blocked. There. Okay. In hindsight, should I have gone back here? Should have gone here. Blocked his knight in. A rook in, yeah. Squares. Squares. So important those squares are. Okay. Let's see. Here. He's probably gonna go back. Oh, that's interesting. So I can push here. Stop there. Here. Okay. Okay. I see you. I see you. Let's go there. Check. Okay. Let's go here. Let's see here. The king will be out. His pieces will be a little bit out of play. Here? No. I don't feel like giving him that piece, that square. Here, I have this. Definitely low on time. Gotta play faster. I feel like I missed an opportunity early on. Yeah, let's go here. And then there. Okay. So my opponent wants to go there. Let's just stop our opponent from doing that. Put a threat on this. Here. Yeah. Part of me says, what are we going to do about this? Can we just do here? Let's go here. Check here. That's a tricky move. Let's go here, attack the rook. And let's go here, attack this. Checks here. Huh. Very interesting game. Definitely one of these kind of games you're probably thinking to yourself, there's probably a million misses, and but I'm getting my bishop, am I getting my pieces active? This is a square for my bishop, you know. Really? Yeah, the idea is check. If I take, he's got checks here. Well, how do we refute that? How do we refute that? We can just simply move off of this file. Let's do this. No, let's see here. Let's get my pieces in decent squares. Here we go. Okay, okay. Alrighty, let's try this. Now I'm threatening here. Also, I have 1 minute compared to his 4 minutes. So let's go ahead and see if we can not blender everything away. Okay. See if we can get these pawns going. I want to get this in, possibly. Okay. Yep, let's do that. Stop that pawn from rolling. Yeah, let's go here. Takes. Okay. Take here. And there. Okay. Let's go here. 39 seconds. Yeah, this is going to be tough. This is going to be a tough one. All right. What do we got here? Let's go there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't use my time wisely. I feel like I'm winning in this position, but, you know, such is the game of chess, so to speak. That might be an issue. Mm-hmm. Let's go here. And I think that also that might be a game over here. Let's go ahead and do this. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to do this, but I'm going to win this game. We're going to win this game, even if it's, let's see here. Let's get here. Here. Okay. All right. Let's do some pre-moving. Oops, probably don't need to do that. It's okay. We got this. Okay. And let's go here. Here. We'll go here. And I'm just going to get this other queen. Mm-hmm. We're just going to roll it all the way to victory. Wait. I don't want to. I have plenty of time. There's no reason to. There we go. That I can do. That I can do. All right. Whew, man. We can pre-move to victory in that position. My opponent made a blunder right at the end. Definitely an interesting game. One I want to go over. So, hey, we'll give it a try here. But wow, yeah, that was my opponent gave me quite a gift there for sure. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have here. Alrighty. Okay, so that's one of those games that gets your heart rate up a little bit. You're like, what is going on? So the way my opponent played here, it's probably not the best. Oftentimes what they'll do is they'll protect here, and they'll probably play an early a4, kind of undermine this. And to be honest with you, I need to know these lines better. So hopefully in the post-game analysis, we'll be able to look at some of the lines and try to remember the correct sequences. But my opponent gave up their dark squared bishop right away, which gave me the two bishops, and it's a pretty open position, which ended up being kind of annoying for my opponent. This right here is one of those kind of tricky moves. You're like, okay, you know. So I took, obviously can't take back with the rook because this just drops. I mean, I would have tripled pawns, but hey, I'd take triple pawns and be up a piece any day, especially since I can probably double his pawns and win this pawn too. So a lot of this was probably not the most accurate way to play takes, and now I was up a pawn. So at this point, you know, we're doing decently on time. I takes, check. I'm getting my, here. I want to go back to this position. I think move 23. I think bishop b6 might have been better, because then literally look at this. Every single square that this rook can go to is being guarded by one of my pieces. So yeah, I think bishop b6 might have been a better choice. I see that a little bit too late. My opponent is able to go rook a5, and now I play bishop b6. So I think that would have been a key move. That would have been a really nice kind of a deep move. I guess we'll see it in the analysis, the post-game analysis, but the idea is I can take, check, remove the defender of the rook if my king is on it, and then I can take there. So here, my opponent is making some... Okay, here's also an idea. I don't know if this might have been even better. Just playing here, takes, kind of have to take, then rook takes, and it's like bishop versus knight. And honestly, in these short time controls, I'm taking the knight. So I feel like my opponent should have played bishop c4 here. My opponent played c4, which, as we'll see later, kind of that became a important square. So a lot of this got my pieces in really, they're kind of, if you look at my bishops are kind of like really x-raying this position, controlling these central squares. This is an attack. Obviously the idea is I can't take here right now, because if I do, check, and then my bishop falls. So there, plays there. I think I'm playing kind of sloppy. This might have been a move. Getting away from that, I go here, and I try to get takes. Yeah, a lot of this. My opponent just, I don't know what my opponent was thinking. Oh, was attacking my bishop. Okay, yeah. So actually, I'm kind of curious what the post-game analysis says. So let's go ahead and pull that up right now and see what happens. Ooh, whoa. My opponent played better than me, it looks like. But it was kind of a roller coaster of a game. All right, let's pull this up, see. Okay, fantastic. So my opponent played with a 92% accuracy. My accuracy was actually 85%. The key was the blunder for my opponent, but I seem to have the advantage, and then I lost the advantage all the way over here, which it looks like I literally just threw away the advantage, and then things changed. So let's go and look at the opening here and see what happened. If there's anything to write home about. All this is pretty standard stuff. D takes, queen takes, knight takes, e6. Here, that is not a opening move. So here, I guess actually I could play even knight e4 in this position, attacking again both pieces. I just decided to take my opponent. Yeah, that has got to be an accuracy. So takes. Let's see here. Bishop b7, castles. Computer likes knight d7, although knight c6 is not horrible. I guess knight d7 might have been an idea. My cat's trying to get attention here. Knight d7 might have been an idea, with the idea of castling queenside, maybe, protecting that d file. Anyway, I played knight c6, not horrible. Rook he1, logical enough, playing principal chess. My king's still in the center. I got to do something. I contest it. Rook d8. This is a mistake. Interesting. Rook. Bishop takes f2 is a move. I didn't think that would work. So There's two moves that my opponent... Okay, I picked the third best move, which I'm not too horrible. I'm not too feeling bad about that. I don't think that's super horrible. I'm kind of curious. I want to look at this. Rook G8. That is a move I would never play. The idea is to stop here. Rook takes, and then knight takes? Interesting. So let's say, yeah, knight G3 is more of a move I think I would make. And then I get this. And right now, it's amazing that the computer is literally saying at this point white black is winning. -3. Okay, almost -3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 5. I'm literally up a pawn, but according to the computer, this is completely winning for black. I think my bishops are just dominating this position, and I am threatening here to win another pawn. Okay, so that's a pretty that Rook G8. That's a pretty deep idea. Don't know if I would have seen that in a practical game, maybe a longer game, and I really was calculating or noticing that this was enough of a critical position to think about it. The other option was just here, and this is the one I thought about in the game, but I didn't see here, takes, rook here. Is it bad for me just to take? Probably is. So they're suggesting I would see myself playing here. And then the knight has to go here. F5, stopping this. And then A4. Yeah, it's definitely a game. It's definitely a game. And these are the kind of positions that maybe computers are like, oh, this is clearly better for black. But there's a lot of pieces, and it's a very open position. And if you're like me, these kind of positions, it's just one little mistake or overlooking of a piece, and then everything kind of falls apart. So interesting. So I take my opponent. We go back here. Knight F5. I rook takes rook. King takes rook. And then I castle, which says is a mistake. Okay, going back here at this right here, losing my advantage. Rook G8, stopping this, threatening this, was better. Knight E3, just simply takes, and then here. Yeah. Definitely better. Definitely better. That's simple. Simple chess, and I missed it. So castles, and my opponent then also makes a mistake. I play here. My opponent plays here. I play here. And this was all correct. This is all correct at this point. So my opponent plays A5, A4. I can play rook d8, no need to. The idea is I'm gonna take anyway. This is all okay. Rook check, king e2, and here it is, the killer, the kicker. Bishop b6. What is my opponent gonna do? My opponent has to let this piece in. So if my opponent would have done maybe what they did in the game, play bishop, let's say my opponent would have played bishop b3, then here, and that is a problem. That is a problem. This piece has to go somewhere, can't go anywhere. So that would have been, I would have been able to really win the exchange at this point. The rook probably drop back and just take it. Yeah, so my key move was bishop b6. That would have been excellent. Bishop a6, a7 is okay. Got the thumbs up from chess.com, but let's just all be honest with each other. It was an inaccuracy. Okay, so I played check here, bishop a6, a7. Now I needed to, again, bishop b6, tricky idea, forcing my opponent to see that. Didn't, but So here we are. Rook a5, bishop b6, rook a5, or a4, I mean. A5 is best. Rook h4. Rook g8 again. Man, I'm just missing these rook g8 moves. You know, this is kind of one of those positions that I may have a hard time seeing that, because rook g8 takes my rook off of this open file, but nothing's going on that open file. But sometimes you get this tunnel vision. You're like, man, I'm attacking the open d file. I have dominance of the open d file, but there's nothing on it. So you're literally doing nothing. You cannot penetrate into the second rank here. There's no way of getting advancing. So causing a little bit of a weakness, doing something about this g2 pawn, place g3, then I can play rook g4. Ooh, what keeps my opponent from going here? Ah, there, interesting. Goes here, and then what's my point? Oh my goodness. Rook e4 check. King d1. Rook b4. Knight d2, and everything is falling. Yeah, these bishops and this rook just dominate this position. Again, rook g8 would have been good. That's kind of an interesting sequence. If only I could calculate like Stockfish during the game. I feel like I could get a lot better if I did that. Actually, from what I've heard, all you need to learn is the tempo. That's the key in chess, is just understand the tempo, and doesn't matter who your opponent is, just tempo. So I need to learn that. Let's see, h6 here. I want to see where I just absolutely flubbed it up, because bishop, what was saying? Rook b8. Ooh, rook b8, saying, what are you gonna do with that bishop? Again, I gotta get you gotta understand, my rook's doing nothing on the d file. So bishop c7, knight here again, rook b8, bishop. Nope, man, I did not. Bishop f6. None of this is horrible, but I'm not crazy about it. Rook d4. I just was not. This should tell you how little I use my rooks. My poor rook. Like, seriously, like the computer's like, every move, the computer's like, you know, you have a rook. You should probably do something with your rook. And I just did not do it, not moving my rook. So here, maneuvering, bishop g5. Again, all this is kind of just a little bit of maneuvering. I think I can just... That was a mistake. What did I do here? What was wrong here? Bishop takes, right? Why did I miss this? Why did I miss this? Rook g, bishop e4. Come right back. Come right back. Yeah, totally missed that. So f6 is a mistake. I'm down to a minute, so, I mean, no excuse, but, well, it's an excuse. c6. Let's see here. Computer is saying... again, computer saying rook g3. You know, let's see. Hey, I moved my rook. I'm playing with a rook now. And it was the best move. So bishop takes g2. This would have been interesting. Here. What's wrong with this? Then here. There's no way to stop that. Wow. How did I miss that? Interesting. b4 literally takes here. I mean, I don't know if my opponent's going to go here. Maybe they will. Takes. King takes. e5. These pawns are rolling. My opponent has to go here. I can take here. And this seems dangerous. Yeah, the computer would agree. Interesting. Definitely missed that. Okay. So b4, a takes. Definitely missed that. Not a huge advantage here. Then I'm taking. Now it's an inaccuracy. Rook here. Bishop. Oh, I missed the opportunity. Bishop f4. Bishop f4. On here, stopping this. So this was the point in the game that I let's see here. Bishop e7. e4, I mean. Now bishop b. Oh, look at that. That is not an easy move to find. Rook c7. King d1. And it's a game. It's a game. And with 39 seconds left, don't think I would see all that. So now bishop here, and then I go bishop b7 here. Of course, that's a mistake. And yeah, this is all. I just needed simplicity. Obviously, could have just taken the pawn, made things easier. I'm kind of pre-moving at this point, and I probably shouldn't have given up that. But here we are, and king g3. So I love it. I love the computer gave king g3 a blunder. King g3 is a blunder because all the other moves will also be checkmate in 13, but watch out for king g3. So Kraga, don't play king g3 in a completely lost position. My opponent knew I had 20 seconds, but thankfully chess.com pre-moves are a thing. I just wanted to get 2 queens to make it simplistic, and my opponent resigned at this position. So a little bit to take away from this game. First thing, don't forget to use your rooks. They are important. A rook may be worth 5 points on the chess scale, but a rook that's not being used is not that important. Okay, so that's my lesson to myself. And watch the time. Time control would have been an issue there if my opponent wouldn't have blundered with rook c4. I don't know if I would have been able to pull it off with 32 seconds. There was a lot of pieces on the board. Thankfully for me, my opponent gave me the gift. Although it would have been really painful to lose this. I'm definitely winning in this position. But that being said, it doesn't make it. It wouldn't have made it easy for me if my opponent would have found the better move. So yeah, a lot of good stuff. Bishop pair is important. I'm seeing that in open positions. So anyway, enjoyable game. Thanks for watching. Hopefully there was some points in this game that were instructional, and perhaps you were seeing things when I was playing and you're thinking, oh, make this move. So I know how that is, and that's half the fun. So maybe you saw some stuff I didn't. This video went a little bit longer than I normally do, but I felt like it was kind of an interesting game. There's a lot of interesting points, a little bit of drama there, and so well played. Hey, if you like the content you're seeing with myself and my brother-in-law Luke, feel free to leave us a comment, like the video, or subscribe if you'd like to see more of these videos, and hopefully we'll get more out soon. So hey, thanks for watching Dad Life Chess. You have a wonderful day.